For anyone curious, no, I'm not a member of any cults, including Scientology.
Cults are so fascinating to me. I think there's a deep-rooted sadness in people who feel unfulfilled with their life or have lost their purpose that are drawn to these ridiculous beliefs, just to feel special or make their lives easier to live.
Look at Heaven's Gate. The people it attracted were lost souls given false promises by a charismatic leader claiming they were going to be going on to something better. I think it's fair to say a lot of people are unsatisfied with their life, and if someone offered them food, shelter, and easy living and all you had to do was believe in their stupid religion, quite a few people would take it.
Cults are so diverse that whenever I learn of a new one, it gets me excited. It's why I love films like Midsommar and The Wicker Man. When a cult's fully realised, there's just so much to dig into and discover.
That's why The Endless caught my eye, because it wasn't about people discovering a cult, but rather people who escaped one being drawn back in. It's also made by the same people who made Spring, and I loved that movie. This time the directors both play the main characters. The film follows two brothers who 10 years before escaped a UFO death cult and lambasted their beliefs over the news. One night they receive a video package from the group and decide to go visit them for old time's sake. However, things are strange from the moment they arrive, and only get more bizarre during their stay. We start the film with a scene showing the two main characters being interviewed. It gives us insight into their thoughts towards the events of the film, but it also felt like it was mirroring the video messages a lot of these cults used to do. Again, like the Heaven's Gate final messages where they spoke into the camera to state how they were feeling and why they were doing these seemingly ludicrous actions. It's a brilliant stylistic choice.
Among other things, that all of us were castrated.
You are castrated.
As far as I know, everybody here has their sex organs.
I don't think I've watched a horror film like this in a long time where all the characters are so likeable. Everyone has a part to play, and they play it really well.
It's just a great cast to be around, and it adds a lot to your enjoyment of the movie. The older brother is more world-weary and pessimistic. He's convinced it's a death cult and no one is safe there. Whereas the younger brother is more of the wide-eyed Scientologist we're used to. He's optimistic and only sees the positives that the cult brings to their lives. They actually do balance it out well between the cultist and non-believer views. They do explain that life in the cult was much easier. They had a social life, they had their meals prepared for them and ate better, and they had a sense of purpose. It makes a point to explain why these people are lured into these kinds of wacky groups in the first place. When we get to the cult, you understand there's something deeper at work, but you can understand the draw of this place, and there's revelations in the film that continuously make you flip your judgment back and forth on what you make of the commune's lifestyle. It's wonderful storytelling.
All right.
Oh, this? Yeah, no, I'm fine. That's not what it looks like. Mike's trying to help me out. It's my buddy. He's trying to, get me clean and sober.
Okay. So...
Don't be weird, dude. Come on in.
The film's best aspect is how laid back it is. This deals with a lot of very complex ideas that are hard to explain, but the film is so grounded and understandable. It's really impressive to me how it can take very intelligent topics and make it so consumable for any type of viewer. And things do get very surreal. It lends itself to some pretty imagery while you ponder its subject matter. It's not like Primer or Donnie Darko where you really have to read up to understand exactly what's happening in the movie. The Endless just effortlessly explains it to you, and almost always in an entertaining way.
It's a genuinely funny film. I giggled quite a few times at the characters' use of humour to try and bring some positivity to the horrific predicaments they find themselves in.
They also have a good job at cult cliches while answering every one of them. If you love cult movies, then you'll have a ball here.
How's that?
The film is never outright scary, but its terror lies in the ideas it proposes. The scenarios people are under are downright terrifying to imagine yourself in, and when the film has to, it will linger on these moments of fear to instill the horror into you. For some, I sense the tone will be a little too light for it to be effective, but personally I didn't have a problem with it. The Endless is a smart, fun movie. It's a little too long, and for many the more easygoing approach will ruin some of its impact, but it's a unique premise presented near perfectly.
I'd recommend it to anyone looking for some easily digestible horror that will make you think a little.
You.